Hey everybody, this is Tracy here with another edition of A View from Tracy's Point, and we are here to extend our condolences to Nick Cannon and model Alyssa Scott in the passing of their son Zen. The television host announced on his talk show today that his youngest child, Zen, had passed away. Nick was quoted as saying, "Over the weekend, I lost my youngest son to a condition called hydrocephalus that was pretty much a malignant, invasive midline brain tumor or brain cancer, and that it's been tough." And so the 5-month-old infant was Cannon's child with model Alyssa Scott, and he has 6 other children from other relationships. And so the Mayo Clinic lists hydrocephalus as the buildup of fluid in the cavities deep within the brain, and the excess fluid increases the size of the ventricles and puts pressure on the brain. So Cannon shared that he spent this past weekend with his son in California and stated, "Not only did we get to see the sun rise, we got to see the sun set. I didn't know how I was going to handle today, but I wanted to grieve with my family." Cannon also brought therapist and TV host Dr. Laura Berman on to discuss the grief of losing a child. Berman announced in February that her son Samuel died of an accidental drug overdose at age 16. Experiencing the passing of a child, especially an infant, is very tough. I remember when my close friend Tina lost her infant son due to a heart condition, and just going through that entire, trauma and grieving process is really hard. And so NBC News did a little coverage where they talked about pediatric brain tumors. And so they stated, in talking about Nick and losing his 5-month-old son Zen, that only about 1,200 to 1,500 children per year between infancy and 4 years old are diagnosed with brain tumors, said Dr. Susan Chi, Deputy Director of Pediatric Neuro-Oncology at Dana-Farber Cancer Institute and Boston Children's Hospital. Brain tumors in children are very rare and certainly less frequent than what we see in the adult population. Though there are dozens of types of brain tumors and treatments for them vary, the survival rate for infants is lower the younger the child is, she stated. That's because babies' brains are undeveloped, so radiation for a child younger than 5 is generally not an option. Radiating such a young brain really affects their potential cognition, she said. That limits how much radiation, if any, can be given to these kids, and that affects their survival. Cannon, 41, announced Tuesday that his son Zen had passed away. Doctors discovered the malignant tumor, and Zen underwent surgery to drain the fluid. His condition worsened around Thanksgiving, Cannon said. Cannon did not specify what type of brain tumor his son had. Danielle Leach, a spokeswoman for the nonprofit National Brain Tumor Society. Anytime we as a community hear about another parent going through the tragedy of losing a child to a brain tumor, it always recommits all of us in the community to do more to continue to raise awareness, Leach said. Because of the location of tumors and the aggressive treatment required, brain tumors can have lasting and life-altering physical and cognitive effects. It's critical parents secure good information, resources, and a strong relationship with their care team, no matter what stage in the fight their child is in. And then Dr. Cheese stated that treatment for children living with malignant tumors can produce results. She recommends parents with children who have brain tumors find specialized doctors, which will increase their children's chances of positive outcome. Although rare for infants, brain tumors are the leading cause of cancer-related deaths among children and young adults between infancy and 19 years old, according to the National Brain Tumor Society. And then they go on to talk about more investments need to be made to help understand pediatric brain tumors and how they happen. And you guys know that Nick has caught a lot of flack about the fact that he has fathered children by several different women. And they recently joked on his show when Just Hilarious was on about the fact that, you know, he pretty much, anybody who wants to have a baby should consult with Nick about that. And so he was also trending on Twitter about an imprint in his pants that was showing through on his television show yesterday. And so it was hard for the story to get traction about his son passing away, you know, which was sad because we know how Twitter can just be off the charts at times. And for those of you who are not familiar with Nick Cannon, he is an American comedian, actor, rapper, and television personality. He recently started his own talk show, and I have yet to watch Nick's talk show or to find out where it comes on our local television stations. But Nick has, you know, he's been in the news. He's had a really rough year. Last year, he was almost canceled. You know, the cancel culture, or the Jewish cancel culture, came after him because of comments that he made on his podcast. But that has no comparison to the loss that he's experienced. You know, his television shows were taken off the air. He had to do an apology tour. And so he was finally getting back on track. You know, The Masked Singer is back on television. Wild 'N Out is back on television. And so now for him to turn around after going through all of that and to lose his son, you know, it has really got to be hard for him. And so we're definitely keeping Nick in our prayers. So once again, I'm sending out my condolences to Nick Cannon in the loss of, Nick Cannon and model Alyssa Scott in the loss of their 5-month-old son, Zen. Guys, that's it for me. I shall talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.